Hey everybody, I'm back with another video. Here's a disclaimer for you. The following video is for educational purposes only. I speak against the forces of white supremacy and the ideologies that stem from it, like racism, feminism, multiculturalism, interracial, leftism, liberalism, socialism, conservatism, and LGBT activism, which all act as devices and counterproductive towards the black community. I only speak about black liberation and emancipation. I'm not biased towards or against black men or black women. I only call out the degenerates among black people and the bullshit they engage in, which brings dysfunction to the black community. That is the end of the disclaimer. Now, back to the video. Okay, I want to talk about what black women need to do to defend themselves. I see a lot of black female YouTubers who claim that black men don't defend black women enough, and only because of a lot of cases that's been highlighted recently throughout the media where black women have been victimized or attacked by white men and other non-black men too. Well, attacked by other black men as well. It seems like every time a black woman gets attacked by a white man or a non-black man, black men are nowhere to be found when shit go down. We're not present when random black women become damsels in distress. I don't like it, but it happens. So, let's just be real here. Black men are not really obligated to save every random black woman on the streets. I mean, I wish we could save them all, but it's just not possible. For one thing, there's not gonna always be a black man around the corner looking for somebody to save so he can play hero. Another thing, if a nigga put his life in jeopardy to save a black woman in trouble and he ends up losing his life in the process, then what? Especially if the perpetrator gets away, who's gonna pay compensation for that man and his family? Is the black woman who was in distress gonna pay for the man's funeral? Is she gonna pay compensation for his wife, who is now a widow with kids? Uh, that man was the backbone of his household, and everybody depended on him to bring food and money to the table. That man was not just a husband; he was a father, a brother, and a son. That man meant a lot to everybody who knew him, and his life comes short because he decided to save a black woman in distress who he was not married to or have kids by. If anything, a lot of black men would say that they're only obligated to save the black women who are a part of their personal lives. I guess it's our right to save a random black woman in trouble if he can help it without losing his life in the process. Black men on YouTube made videos about the subject, and most of them say, well, black women are strong and independent, or they don't need a man, they can protect themselves, or they always say black men can't protect or provide, so why even bother? And all of this other bullshit, coming from the black MGTOW and Ilmore, who make up the black manosphere on YouTube, and have bitter resentment towards black women disguised as a movement to stand and fight against feminism. These men still believe they're fighting an invisible gender war that doesn't exist with black women. Okay, they think that they're in some invisible gender war with black women, and honestly, I don't see it. I don't see it. I just see black men and black women going back and forth, making videos, going around in circles, bickering, arguing, just a bunch of lame ass shit. There was this black girl who was a minor, and she got punched by a white man who is 6'5" and probably weighing at nearly 300 pounds. He knocked that black girl unconscious, which is just sad. And there were no black men present when it happened. Then there was another white guy who beat up a grown black woman over a parking space at night. He was tall and muscular, and he beat this black woman until she got a concussion. Again, there was no black men present at the time. Shit was sad as hell. Then there were so many cases of black women being manhandled by Asians who thought black women were stealing weave and hair products from their shops and shit, and there were no black men to be present in those situations because it's a shop where women go to, so it's not going to be no men there present. And then it turns out that sometimes those black women weren't even stealing. It was just racial profiling, which is just wrong. Black women have a right to go anywhere in public as they please without being attacked or racially profiled just for being a black woman. Black women are going to have to learn to be careful where they tread, especially in the black community where these niggas, or should I say low class black men, don't have a problem victimizing the women and children just like the way non black men do. And these niggas, they'll rob, steal, and rape whoever they feel like, and they won't think twice or feel guilty about it. So here's what needs to be done. Black women just need to learn how to defend themselves, which a lot of them already do. It's just a woman cannot really fight a man. There's no competition. Some women can fight a man, but most can't. What black women need to start doing is carrying a can of mace or pepper spray, or they can carry a weapon, like go to the gun range and learn how to shoot, then get a license. If not that, they can learn hand-to-hand combat at some martial arts training school. She can learn how to box too at some boxing school. I don't know. The point is, black women need to learn how to fight and how to carry a weapon too, because there's not gonna always be a random black guy around the corner to come run and rescue her in her time of need. We need black men who are willing to volunteer a little bit of their time to help teach black women how to defend themselves. That would help a whole lot more than just making men feel like that they're obligated to save every black woman in trouble. It's just not possible if the man is out with his woman. I mean, it's just not possible. But if the man is out with his woman and trouble comes their way, he should be able to defend himself and his woman. You know. But when a woman is by herself, she ought to be able to defend herself by all means necessary. It's just how that dynamic works. He has his role to be a protector. He needs to know how to fight and carry a weapon also. Most black guys who know how to fight or carry a gun usually just learn it from the streets. Okay, we don't go to karate or boxing classes. Well, some of us do. The ones who like to fight for sport. And as for carrying a gun, these niggas learn that shit from the streets. Some of them legit and get a license or carry a permit and use a gun. We just got to be careful and responsible where we keep our weapons and how we use it. And black women, they're gonna have to learn how to be responsible and careful about what weapons they use and where they keep it, because the worst case scenario is that a black woman could be out in the streets by herself. There's no man with her around, and she could be a little bit paranoid, and then out the blue some black guy comes out of nowhere, or a non-black guy, well, just a man in general comes out of nowhere, and he approaches her in a somewhat suspicious manner, and she could probably be so paranoid that she pulls out a weapon and actually hurts the guy on sight, or she may kill him by accident. And we don't want that shit to happen, but still, at the end of the day, it's just good or helpful that she knows how to use that weapon and she has it with her, just in case if she's by herself and she doesn't have a man with her. But she's going to have to learn how to be responsible, with what she has, and she's going to have to watch where she is. She got to be beware of her surroundings so that she won't be attacked by strange men at night or in broad daylight. And she's gonna really have to be conscious and aware of her surroundings, especially if she's by herself with her child in her presence. With yo, it's messed up. Hold on for a minute. But anyway, that's all I wanted to say. That's all I wanted to talk about. For the comment and subscribe. If you have any questions, topics, or comments, just leave it in the comment section below. Be sure to follow the Wrong Turn group and like page on Facebook. The link is in the description box below. And again, I may come back with more content within a week or so, because like now I'm just being limited to just making maybe one video a week. But anyway, thank you.